So yeah, thanks everybody for taking the time out to join the session today. Yeah, what we've been, is a bit of an introduction. Yeah, great to get you all here from across the country. I think everybody here sort of is using Umbraco at the moment, which is awesome. And you know, as you know, we use it a lot here at Effect. We've been speaking to Umbraco quite a bit over the last few months about, you know, there's a lot of interest in New Zealand. More people are using it, both in the local government sector, emergency management, and also central government and private sector. So it'd be really cool to like look at what we can do. And Umbraco are sort of keen to look at what they can do in the region. So I've been doing a bit of a roadshow here, speaking to some clients individually, and then put together this presentation just to give you a glimpse of some of the things that are happening, and also have a good opportunity for some Q&A. So the presentation from the Umbraco team who I'll hand over to is only about 20 minutes, 25 minutes. We'll take you through some stuff, and then real keen to open the floor to questions from people. So if there's anything you want to know about the roadmap, what's happening, questions, you know, feel free to ask them, and then the team will do their best to answer them. So yeah, well, any further ado, I'll hand over to the team and do some introductions.
Thanks, Pete. Good to meet you all, and albeit virtually, it's an absolute delight to be in New Zealand. It's an amazing country, so looking forward to hopefully coming back sometime, maybe for personal that time. But for those that don't know me, which is everyone, my name is Jake. I'm actually the VP of Sales for both North America, but also New Zealand and Australia as well. So I've been working pretty closely with the region since I joined about 5.5 years ago. And I'll quickly kind of tell you about where Umbraco is currently, but also our plans and what we've been seeing. My portion will be really short, and then I'll hand it over to my colleague here who's a lot more technical than me. But if you would jump to the slide here. So from a global perspective, Umbraco is in a really good place. And I know that obviously there's a lot going on around the globe, but we've expanded into 3 different regions this year alone. So we've expanded into really the Mediterranean, which is Spain, Sweden, and then also Germany. And when I say expanded, we have actually boots on the ground now in those locations, which has been super successful. We're also seeing a lot of trends across the globe, and one that I wanted to bring up here, because it's been super applicable based on the conversations that I've been having, is that government and public sector has been something we've seen a huge uptick in. And you can see 3 of the brands that I have up there on the top right. European Union is one of them that's actually on Umbraco, which is a huge, of course, government name. Also, the state of Florida, it's one of about 10 states in the United States that's on Umbraco as well. It's a pretty recognizable one, so that's why I chose that one. And then the FDA, which of course is a large federal organization in the United States as well. Now, that's not to say that we're not having success in the private sector either. We are definitely seeing success there, and adaptation across the globe. Domino's is one that I picked specifically for this one, because that is actually Domino's based out of Australia. So that's all the locations within Australia. And then another thing is I've been seeing opportunity within the market for quite some time now. Really for the last 4 years, I've been saying, hey, we need to push further into the market. And as a result, from what we've seen, that's actually our plan now to do that. That's one of the reasons why I'm here. We're going to put boots on the ground in the region here as well. Our plan out of the gate is to have 4 people. Initially, it'll be sales and a product/second level support person. From there, we'll also do first level support person for the smaller problems, and then marketing as well to kind of expand the brand awareness here, which will be great. Somebody on the same time zone, because while I love working with the region, I am still 16 hours behind, so it does make it a little bit difficult. And then also somebody that actually understands the region and can bring that brand forward here. So that's my piece. I'll pass it to Bowser from here. You can talk the technical part.
Yeah, nice to meet everyone, albeit virtually. My name is Alexander. Everyone just calls me Alex, so you're welcome to as well. I'm a technical sales manager at Umbraco, which means I spend my time talking to digital bureaus, agencies, implementation partners of Umbraco, but I also spend my time talking to a lot of end users of Umbraco, so the editors, the ones who have their day-to-day in Umbraco. And that's what I want to talk about today. Because when I think about Umbraco, at the end of the day, you your goal with Umbraco is one of two things. Either you want to create a nice digital experience platform for editors to use, or you want to utilize a digital experience platform to create a nice website for yourself or your brand. So today, that's what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about specifically Umbraco Engage. We're going to talk a bit about AI and the future of Umbraco. But to ensure it's not only anecdotal, I did bring a few stats, and what I see and what the market demands is that 87% of marketeers say they want more direct control over their web content. So editors want to be able to do the changes they need without having to speak to a developer. Similarly, expectations from visitors are increasing. They're different now than they were 10 years ago. So what we can see through this McKinsey stat is that 71% of visitors are more likely to buy with personalized experiences. And 76% of people feel frustrated when they don't have that personalized experience, when they can't get to the content they want to view quickly. So with Umbraco, we've tried to create products that allow developers to enable editors to create these types of experiences and get the control over their content that they want to have. So first thing, we're going to look into Umbraco Engage. There are primarily 5 areas with Umbraco Engage. First one is extensive and reliable server-side analytics directly within the CMS. Second thing is the ability to test your content, so do A/B testing easily and intuitively from your CMS. Make sure you create the best type of content for your users. Of course, in order to do some of these things, you need to be GDPR compliant or data compliant at least. And with the way Umbraco Engage collects data, the way Umbraco Engage creates profiles for your visitors, everything is compliant from the get-go. And one thing I want to focus on today is personalization. Editor-friendly personalization, the ability to create different variations of your content and showcase this to your audience quickly and easily is something you can do within Umbraco Engage. If we take a look at analytics within Umbraco Engage, it's fairly straightforward, but just to give some context to this specific Umbraco installation, I've created this little demo site that we're going to talk about. It's a coffee shop, so fairly straightforward business plan here. We want to sell some coffee and tea-related products. We call the site the Beanery. And if we look into the analytics of the Beanery, it looks like this. If you're familiar with Umbraco, this should look somewhat familiar. But if this is the first time you're seeing anything Umbraco, what we're looking at right now is the Engage section of Umbraco. So in the top, you can see a content section. There's a commerce section as well. And once you install something like Umbraco Engage, you have the Engage section. If you navigate to it and then navigate to Analytics, this is what you'll see. What we're looking at here is page views. So we're collecting data on every single page. So because we're collecting data server-side, if you were to do a one-to-one comparison between standard Google Analytics and Umbraco Engage Analytics, you would have a lot more data to work with Umbraco Engage because it's server-side. So without being too technical, essentially every single page that's being viewed by someone, we can collect data from that. And you have different metrics available out of the box, but you can also implement other data. So here we're looking at page views, but it could be location data or device data or referrals. One thing that's nice with Umbraco Engage is you don't only have the Engage tab, you can also go into your content. So here we're looking at a product page for a little coffee shop, and we have a heat map available. Here we can see where the average fold is, so where people are navigating away from our site. We can quickly get an overview of where we need to optimize the way we set up this specific page. One thing that I just quickly want to touch upon with Umbraco Engage is goals. We prompt you to set up specific goals. Every now and again, I talk to clients, they want to do A/B testing or they want to do personalization, but there's no clear overarching goal. So in this example, we can see that we're looking at optimizing sample package conversion. So we want to sell more sample packages or have people order that. So with goals, we can track the different marketing efforts we're doing, whether it's A/B testing, personalization, and see whether or not they're actively contributing to this overarching conversion goal. And conversion can be a lot of things. Here, it's a B2C site, very easy to follow along. But in government sector, it can be making sure people get to the information they seek quickly, and they don't they get the experience they wanna have. But that is very quickly analytics within Umbraco Engage. A feature that's heavily requested is A/B testing. And similarly to analytics, we go to the Engage tab within our Umbraco back office. We navigate to A/B testing. And on the left-hand side, you'll see a project. So here we have a project of optimizing sample package conversion. And on the right-hand side, we have all the tests running within that project. And if we were to click that test, we would be taken to a scoring overview. So we can have a nice, quick and easy view of that and see that the default short version, short form, is significantly outperforming the longer version, the longer form. And setting up a test, so setting up these tests is, in my opinion, the most intuitive tool on the market. Here we're inside the content section again. We're looking at our About Us page. We've navigated to A/B testing in the content section, and we're creating a new A/B test. The goal of this test is to increase time spent on the About Us page. So we're putting in the title of the test, which project it's a part of. We're only testing this specific page, and we can create different variants. So we have the original default one, we have one with more history and one with less history, and then the conversion goal is set on the far right of this page. So we're setting up to time spent active on the page. Once we've set that up, we start creating the different variants, the A, B, and C versions of our About Us page. So on the left-hand side, we have the default one, the one that's being showcased right now on the website. And on the right-hand, we're building out the B version, the B variant of this. We can either copy everything from the left-hand side and just do small tweaks, or we can create an entirely different page. So if we wanted to test something wild on our About Us page, we could do that. But in very quick terms, that's A/B testing within Umbraco Engage. Super easy to use. You navigate either within the Engage section or inside the content section to create a new test. You press publish, and you have a test running on your website. With personalization, you can do a lot of different things. It follows a similar workflow. So we're inside Umbraco Engage, the Engage section. We're looking at different segments. So segments are ways of having tangible groups that we want to showcase something personalized to. So here we have two core segments, and we have one temporary segment. The temporary segment in this case is a Black Friday campaign, and the only parameter for this Black Friday campaign is that they navigated from an external source onto our website, that external source being a Black Friday campaign, say a Black Friday campaign running on Facebook or Instagram. So that is what we call an explicit parameter. But we can also do implicit parameters. So the way users navigate the site, if they, in the case of the beanery, navigate to a product page and they look at coffee, we start collecting data saying that they're mostly interested in coffee, maybe a specific coffee brand. Maybe they haven't purchased anything yet, so that's a tangible group. New visitor, interested in coffee, haven't purchased anything. If we were to do a different type of segment, we have different parameters available. As I said before, the differentiator here is implicit and explicit. So a clear-cut use case is location data. If you're navigating to a site from, say, Sydney, and we want to market something to you specifically, we would use that data, very easy to use, or we can do the implicit one where we look at a specific user journey. Maybe you navigate from X, Y, and Z, and that tells us something about you as a potential client of something. Or we can do the persona groups, where we, through different types of navigation, we try to collect this data and put you into a different tangible group. Similar to how we did the A/B test, we have the default version of a page on the left-hand side. So here we're looking at a home page, and on the right-hand side, we're creating a personalized variant of that. And we can apply different images, different content to try to get a visitor to do something, take some kind of action. On the front end, it'll look like this. This is the default homepage that we saw in the beginning. And now we're applying a segment for this new visitor, not a client, not a customer, and we want to push a free sample package of our coffee. And it'll look like this when they navigate back to the homepage. So a very easy and intuitive way of working with different variations of our content. And right now we're looking, of course, at Umbraco engaged from the perspective of the beanery, but you can use it in a multitude of ways. A few months back, I spoke to a Danish NGO, Dansk Flygtningehjælp, which helps refugees. And they told me, Alex, listen, very good product, but it's not for us. We're not trying to sell anything. And I told them, that makes a lot of sense, but you still have different types of people navigating to your site, and they have wildly different expectations to what you're offering. So they have people who want to donate, they have people who seek information about refugee help, and maybe they have volunteers. So capturing that data and talking to those specific groups quickly and intuitively was a game changer for them. Because as we saw in the beginning, visitors have wild expectations to websites nowadays. What we've been looking at for this Engage example, we've been looking at these small blocks. With Umbraco, we can take the content creation and editing to a new level. We can go from these different blocks. So here we have a hero blog in the top. We have a feature blog as well. On the front end, it looks like this. Nice little demo website of Umbraco, but it's not very intuitive working with this type of setup. So with Umbraco, we can create what is called custom views. Doing that makes the back office render your front end, so you can very easily work with the type of design you already have on your front end directly within your editing experience. And if you click the box, you have the same type of functionality that you come to expect from a CMS. You can change the text, you can add new action buttons, you can change the video or image, and you can go a step further. Maybe you want to change the color of the hero block or the opacity of this little overlay that's running on it. Similarly, if you want to drag and drop, maybe you want to have the hero block one step below, you can change it up, or maybe you want to have a grid so you resize quickly. That's something you can do. And say we were to click this little plus inside the Umbraco back office, we'll have all of our components available. So we can add a new article, or we can add a new hero block, or any type of component that's been pre-built for your CMS. So that is personalization and the editing experience of Umbraco as it is right now. But if we take a look into the future, I think the biggest buzzword right now is AI. What are we doing on the AI front? And to be honest, for editors, we are not doing too much. We're taking a step back. And for us, the most important thing is to create a piece of software, Umbraco, enable Umbraco to integrate with the type of AI you guys are using. We don't want to define how AI is used within Umbraco, but we want to make it accessible. So if you work with a specific type of agent, or you have specific issues that you want to solve with AI, it should be possible for you to plug this into the CMS and make use of AI the way you guys want to use AI. That's not to say that there aren't functionality already. So one thing we could take a look at is SEO optimization with AI. So here directly from the back office, you can do SEO optimization, plug an agent in and have it optimize that. Or maybe you want to ensure a specific tone of voice with AI. Well, you can do that as well. You set up specific criteria and your agent runs through all the content, make sure the tone of voice is the same all throughout. Or maybe you want to take it a step further than that, and you want to use something like MCP. So what we're looking at here is me speaking with my project on creating an article for our annual Umbraco event, Code Garden. So similarly to how you use a ChatGPT or Gemini, I'm telling the AI agent, write an article, and it runs through my entire setup of Umbraco and creates that article just from human speech. So there are a lot of possibilities with AI, but we don't want to limit anyone. We want to make sure that developers who know you the best, implementation partners, have an easy-to-use tool to implement these type of AI features that you're actually going to use. And that is kind of where I want to conclude this small talk on personalization, AI, and the editing experience. That with Umbraco, you can do a lot of things. A lot of things are pre-built and you can use them out of the box. But more than anything, you can customize the content management experience you want to have and make sure you can create content for your visitors that they want to engage with. But for now, at least, thank you for listening. And if there are any questions, please raise your hand and I'm ready and I'll happily try to answer every one of them.